others like you. Please support our work at democracynow.org/give. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Israel's agreed to extend its truce with Hamas for a seventh day to facilitate the exchange of captives. The extension was announced just minutes before it was set to expire Thursday morning, prolonging a reprieve for Gaza's 2.3 million residents after 47 days of relentless attacks by Israel spawned a massive humanitarian crisis. On Wednesday, Hamas released 16 hostages, 10 Israelis, 4 Thai nationals, and 2 Russian Israeli citizens. In exchange, Israel released another 30 Palestinian women and children prisoners, many of them jailed indefinitely without charge under Israel's administrative detention policy. On Wednesday, Hamas said its youngest Israeli hostage, 10-month-old Kafir Bibas, was killed in an Israeli bombing alongside his mother and 4-year-old brother. If those deaths are confirmed, the hostages join some 15,000 people killed by Israel's assault on Gaza since the October 7th Hamas attacks. 2/3 of the dead are women and children. Also on Wednesday, the Palestinian Health Ministry in Gaza said it discovered the decomposing remains of 5 premature Palestinian babies left to die after Israeli forces ordered medical staff to evacuate and blocked access to the intensive care unit at the Al Nasser Pediatric Hospital in North Gaza. Shocking footage filmed by the Dubai-based outlet Al Mashhad shows the babies still attached to ventilation and intravenous tubes as they lay lifeless in their hospital beds. Rights groups are calling for an international investigation. Sheesh. In the occupied West Bank, Israeli gunfire killed a 21-year-old Palestinian man and wounded 4 others as they gathered outside Ofer prison awaiting the release of Palestinian prisoners. Meanwhile, 2 Palestinian children who were shot dead by Israeli forces during a raid on the Jenin refugee camp Wednesday have been identified. 15-year-old Basil Suleiman Abu Awafa died in a hospital after he was shot in the chest, and 8-year-old Adam Al-Ghul was shot in the head as he ran from Israeli forces in a killing that was captured on video. The Palestinian Red Crescent Society said Israeli soldiers blocked medics from approaching the camp to tend to the wounded. Israeli police say 3 Israelis were killed and several others wounded Thursday morning when a pair of Palestinian gunmen opened fire at a bus stop on the outskirts of Jerusalem. The attackers were shot and killed by 2 off-duty soldiers and an armed civilian. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged to resume Israel's assault on the Gaza Strip once Israel's ceasefire agreement with Hamas expires.
After completing this stage of the return of our hostages, will Israel go back to fighting? My answer is an unequivocal yes. There is no situation in which we do not go back to fighting until the end. This is my policy. The entire cabinet is behind it.
Netanyahu's comments came after Israel's far-right National Security Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, threatened to dissolve the coalition government led by Netanyahu if Israel halts its bombardment of Gaza. Here in New York, hundreds of peaceful protesters led by a group of interfaith organizers gathered in Midtown Manhattan to demand an end to Israel's assault on Gaza and its occupation of Palestinian lands on the occasion of the annual Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Hordes of police officers were deployed to the event as activists ultimately gathered in front of the nearby News Corp building to rally. This is Nardine Kiswani of the group Within Our Lifetime.
We stand here on the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people, in solidarity with Jerusalem's 13 official churches and the entire municipality. And the entire municipality of Bethlehem, who have called for mobilization, not celebration.
That's Nardine Kiswani outside Fox. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., progressive Congress members Rashida Tlaib, Cori Bush, and Jamal Bowman joined a group of activists, politicians, and celebrities who are on day 3 of their hunger strike to demand a permanent ceasefire. This is Congressmember Tlaib speaking at their nightly White House vigil.
When this pause and the violence expires, all I keep thinking about is asking my colleagues, how many more lives? How many more lives will be enough? How many more children need to be killed? How many more families have to be traumatized and torn apart? There is nothing humanitarian, my friends, about giving innocent civilians a few days of rest before they are bombed again.
Earlier in the day, House members voted nearly unanimously to pass a resolution equating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, a framing which has driven the backlash against anyone who's critical of the Israeli government. Only Congressmember Thomas Massie voted against the measure. Congressmember Tlaib voted present. Employees and job seekers continue to report retaliatory action for speaking out against the conflict. Georgetown Law School graduate Janan Chahadi says she had a job offer with the prominent law firm Foley and Lardner, rescinded over her support for Palestinian rights on social media after she was interrogated by the law firm's partners.
They framed my advocacy for Palestine as supporting terrorism, and I was singled out as one of the only visibly Arab Muslim women associates in the law firm nationwide. Today, I'm speaking in defiance of the surge of attacks we have been seeing against Palestinians and their allies, from the murder of 6-year-old Wadi al-Fayoumi to the shooting of 3 Palestinian students in Vermont, to severe attacks on employees and associates like myself who speak up for Palestine. However, the more of us that speak up, the more power we have. So today, I'm not only speaking up, but I'm fighting back and pursuing legal action.
Palestine Legal says it's received more than 700 requests for support from advocates for Palestinian rights since October 7th. That's triple the number the group reported for the entire year last year. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, the architect of a highly militarized U.S. foreign policy under Presidents Nixon and Ford, has died at the age of 100. In the late 60s and 70s, Kissinger oversaw a massive expansion of the war in Vietnam and the secret bombings of Laos and Cambodia, where as many as 150,000 civilians were killed. In Latin America, Kissinger supported dictatorship that used torture and murder as tools of political repression, from Bolivia to Uruguay to Argentina. In Chile, Kissinger helped topple the democratically elected government of Salvador Allende, ushering 17 years of dictatorship under General Augusto Pinochet. In 1975, Kissinger and President Ford met with the Indonesian dictator General Suharto, giving him the go-ahead to invade East Timor, which led to the killing of 1/3 of the Timorese population. The Pulitzer Prize-winning author and historian Greg Grandin once estimated Kissinger's actions may have led to the deaths of up to 4 million people. After headlines, Professor Grandin will join us to discuss Henry Kissinger's life and legacy. The U.S. Department of Justice has charged an Indian national with plotting to assassinate a prominent Sikh separatist leader living in New York City after federal agents allegedly thwarted a murder-for-hire plot. Federal prosecutors in Manhattan say 52-year-old Nikhil Gupta has been arrested in the Czech Republic pending extradition to the United States after an unnamed Indian government employee recruited him last May to carry out the assassination. Gupta allegedly offered a $100,000 bounty to a hitman who turned out to be an undercover DEA agent. The plot allegedly targeted Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, a U.S. citizen, lawyer, and spokesperson for the organization Sikhs for Justice, which advocates for an independent state for Sikhs in northern India. Gupta's arrest comes just 2 months after Canada's government said agents of India's government, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, were directly involved in the assassination of the prominent Canadian Sikh separatist leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar in June. And ex-CEO Elon Musk lashed out during a New York Times event Wednesday when asked about recent advertiser boycotts over Musk's reposting of anti-Semitic content.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself. But go yourself. Is that clear?
F yourself, Musk said repeatedly. Over 100 brands have halted their ads on X, formerly known as Twitter, which stands to lose $75 million in ad sales by the end of the year. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman.
And I'm Nermeen Sheikh. Welcome to our listeners and viewers across the country and around the world.
Democracy Now! Is funded by viewers like you. Please give today at democracynow.org/give.
/give. No. Oh my gosh!
That's for the record, forever in the American congressional record.
And
Take that, Senator Lee.
Yeah, I stand corrected now. I'm never going to doubt you again.
Thank you very much.
After that, we've been arguing about this for years, so thanks for putting that to rest, Mr. Bryant. Ms. Swear, I'd like to start with
this shit. How many times each year does an American use a firearm in self-defense?
you. Tell us a little bit about how many people in the United States every year are using, how many times each year does an American use a firearm in self-defense?
So we don't have an exact number, but when you look at sort of the conglomerate of studies, they mostly find that, with a couple very limited exceptions that are outliers, somewhere between 500,000 to several million times a year. And I would note that the most extensive study on this issue, the 2021 National Firearms Survey, further validated some of those earlier studies and came to a conclusion of about 1.6 million. And again, that was the most extensive survey ever conducted of firearms owners.
Okay. What would that tell us about risks associated with putting legal restrictions on the books, to the extent that those legal restrictions might impair the ability of the law-abiding to use those for lawful purposes, given that it's normally law-abiding people who are most likely to comply with the new law? What would that do to those people?
Well, so it shows us generally that it's all about understanding where the risk is. For your ordinary law-abiding, peaceable citizen who is mentally stable and not experiencing extreme stressors, which is most American gun owners at any given point, right? Their biggest benefit is that they can now protect themselves against their biggest, most substantial threat, which is external crime. But I think most people on this panel would agree.
The biggest fucking threat to the American people are maybe not those people, but the people asking those stupid ass questions, stupid ass politicians.
When you flip that, there are cases, right, where if you are now mentally unstable, if you're experiencing a crisis, you statistically might be the bigger threat to yourself, or if you are the one perpetuating crime, right? Well, now you are statistically the threat that needs to be solved. So it's about understanding where that threat is. And again, for your ordinary law-abiding gun owner, that threat is external. It's not internal. And that ability to possess that firearm is actually a net benefit to them. Again, assuming that they are not leaving guns under their couch cushion for their 6-year-old to find and that sort of thing. That can be problematic. But in the net, yes, it's a positive for them.
That's helpful. And that's helpful to a point that one of my colleagues made earlier in the hearing, which is that, I think we all want to get to a similar place insofar as we're focused on wanting to protect human life. We want fewer deaths. And dangerous things can happen if we assume that when we pass a law, it's going to be a net life savings, when that's not necessarily always the case. So when you had the governor of New Mexico issue a public health emergency declaration and put in place this executive order dramatically restricting the ability of law-abiding persons to possess firearms in certain places, that's significant. Now, when you look at the New Mexico case in particular, you've researched that, and you found some fascinating information. Is it true that you discovered that in New Mexico, only 0.002% of concealed carry permit holders in New Mexico had their permits revoked for any reason?
So I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but that sounds correct. And it is generally the case when you look at permit revocations.
Listen. I'm human. She's human. But why? Why aren't they better prepared? She's like, oh, I don't know the numbers. I was like, what do you mean you don't know the numbers? The fuck do you think you came over here for? You know these asses are gonna drill your ass. Be prepared.
They are minuscule. And that's, again, for any violation. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was revoked because they used their weapon violently. Sometimes it can be, they had a DUI or any sort of, non-weapon related offense. But on the whole, when you look at those numbers, concealed carry permit holders are amongst, if not the most law-abiding segment of the population.
And yet, Governor Grisham's executive order would have affected them disproportionately. Meanwhile, you've got new research that's been done, and a lot of experts in the field from across the political spectrum and across the country have weighed in on this. Earlier this year, the chief of the D.C. Police Department, Chief Robert Conti, said, quote, if we really want to see homicides go down, which I think we've established here, we want to save lives. We really want to see homicides go down, keep bad guys with guns in jail. He went on to say, quote, right now, the average homicide suspect has been arrested 11 times prior to them committing a homicide.
Oh, shit, we have to go
In 2021, there was a study commissioned by the National Institute for Criminal Justice Reform that found gun violence in D.C. to be tightly concentrated on a very small number of high-risk individuals.
You have your whole ass government name here?
Within a year, there are 500 identifiable people considered to be very high risk, and these very high-risk individuals comprise 60 to 70% of all gun violence in the district. So there again, we have the problem. If what we focus on is rules that are going to be new rules, separate and apart from the dozens of laws that have normally been broken, the minute someone commits a gun crime, the minute someone kills another human being with a gun, if
I
by
don't know if you're still
adding
here, Brianna,
another
but yeah,
gun law,
yeah,
a gun law
that's
of much
government
wider
name, bro.
applicability, and if what we're doing is restricting and
Should at least go
restraining
by
the rights of
B-Face
the
or some
law-abiding,
shit.
and hence their ability to defend themselves, will that necessarily save lives?
No, Senator, and that's actually one of the things that I'm talking about in my testimony when I
you can go
referenced,
to your channel.
this idea of a lot of our commonly proposed gun control laws. They're not actually designed to get at any of the underlying factors. So if you just tag on
like
another law, whatever it is, okay, now it's a universal background check or a magazine capacity restriction, the people who were already illegally possessing those firearms to commit illegal crimes are not going to suddenly say, oh, it's what's triply illegal, so now I won't do it. All you're doing is sort of expanding the likelihood that an otherwise ordinary, peaceable citizen is going to get caught up in sort of a tic-tac offense, or even worse, it could actually undermine their ability to defend themselves in the most acute sort of self-defense scenarios.
And of the 250,000 gun criminals incarcerated, surveyed, only 1% of them bought them from a retail source. The rest of them bought them through some underground illegal avenue or...
Shit. responded to those complaining by saying "fuck you" to the former president. Though spokesman for McCarthy told the Post the former speaker did not swear at Trump. In January, it took McCarthy gets around some most of the speaker shit. Added feed to social media. Matt Gaetz, oh, that fucking breather. What does my playlist look like? Oh, we wanted to watch all kinds of China stuff. But first, sworn I had some shit lined up. Oh, this is all happening in the fucking... Oh, shut your ass up. Bitch ass motherfucker. Answers no questions due to finding reporter disrespectful. What a little bitch. Oh, it's an hour long. I'm not watching that. What?
Got a couple more questions for you. You're headed back to Texas after this to launch the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big launch. But I wanted to ask you right now, more broadly, just about the car business and what you see actually happening. And specifically, the government put in place lots of policies, as you know, to try to encourage more EVs. And one of the things that's happened uniquely is you have now a lot of car companies.
EVs mean electric vehicles.
saying, actually, this is too ambitious for us. These plans are too ambitious. 4,000 dealers, I don't know if you saw just yesterday, sent a letter to the White House saying, this has gone too far. You're going too far. You had this
anti-EV?
This is going too fast, too far, and that there's not enough demand. Underneath all this is this idea that maybe there's not enough demand for EVs, that the American public has not bought into they bought into it with your company, but they haven't bought into it broadly enough.
Well, I think if you make a compelling electric car, people will buy it, no question about it. I mean, electric car sales in China are gigantic. That's by far the biggest category.
Right.
The difference between China and the U.S. is that Chinese people are smart and not fucking baboons who are like, oh, I want my fucking my muscle car and I want my own this and that, like fucking retarded.
And I think that would be the case. I mean, it's worth noting. Okay, so probably the best refutation of that is that the Tesla Model Y will be the best-selling car of any kind on Earth this year. Of any kind, gasoline or otherwise.
It's probably not
Is there another car company that you think is doing a good job with EVs?
I mean, I think the Chinese car companies are extremely competitive. By far, our toughest competition is in China. So, I mean, there's a lot of people who out there who think like the top 10 car companies is going to be Tesla, followed by 9 Chinese car companies. I think they might not be wrong. So, China is super good at manufacturing, and the work ethic is incredible. So, like if we consider different leagues of competitiveness at Tesla, we consider the Chinese league to be the most competitive. And by the way, we do very well in China because our China team is the best China.
How worried are you that the unionization effort that just took place well, I shouldn't say effort, but the new wages and the like at GM and Ford, that they're coming for you? And they are coming for you. What is that going to mean to you and your business?
Well, I think it's generally not good to have an adversarial relationship between people on the line, one group at the company and another group. In fact, I disagree with the idea of unions, but perhaps for a reason that is different than people may expect, which is I just don't like anything which creates kind of a lords and peasants sort of thing. And I think the unions naturally try to create negativity in a company and create a sort of lords and peasants situation. There are many people at Tesla who have gone from working on the line to being in senior management. There is no lords and peasants. Everyone eats at the same table. Everyone parks in the same parking lot. At GM, there's a special elevator only for senior executives. We have no such thing at Tesla. And the thing is that I actually know the people on the line because I worked on the line, and I walked the line, and I slept in the factory, and I worked beside them. So I'm no stranger to them. And there are actually many times where I've said, well, can't we just hold a union vote? But apparently a company is not allowed to hold a union vote. So it has to be somehow called for, but the unions can't do it. So I said, well, let's just hold a vote and see what happens. The actual problem is the opposite. It's not that people are trapped at Tesla building cars. The challenge is how do we retain great people to do the hard work of building cars when they have like 6 other opportunities that they can do that are easier. That's the actual difficulty, is that building cars is hard work, and there are much easier jobs. And I just want to say that I'm incredibly appreciative of those who build cars, and they know it. So there's I don't know, maybe there will be unionized. If I say, like, if Tesla gets unionized, it will be because we deserve it and we failed in some way. But we certainly try hard to...
At least he recognizes that people form unions because there's a problem happening, and they either don't get paid enough, or they don't keep up with inflation, or they treat them like shit. Which, I don't know what's going on in Tesla, but people just don't like this guy because he's a fucking dumbass.
Ensure the prosperity of everyone. We give everyone stock options. We've made many people who are just working the line, who didn't even know what stocks were, we've made them millionaires.
Yeah, because, we hire dumbasses. So they don't know. No key, fuck that guy. Take me back to news. Why does it take me back to the fucking... That's the... Motherfucker. Bitch ass motherfucker. Expelling George Santos. Oh, these are always fucking.
Gentleman from Florida is recognized.
I do not believe that the Long Island crew is acting in bad faith, just exceedingly bad judgment. And here's why. Since the beginning of this Congress, there's only two ways you get expelled. You get convicted of a crime, or you participated in the Civil War. Neither apply to George Santos. And so I rise not to defend George Santos, whoever he is, but to defend the very precedent that my colleagues are willing to shatter. Now, let's speak to due process. Mr. Santos hasn't been convicted of anything, but we haven't even moved to expel the people who have. Mr. Bowman pled guilty to a misdemeanor for his little fire alarm stunt weeks ago. So, while the Ethics Committee is marching to throw George Santos out of Congress, they take no action as to someone who actually pled guilty to a crime? What's that all about? And then there's all this talk about, well, he could have come and testified to the Ethics Committee, and he didn't. So he had his due process. But that belies the fact that he faces a trial, and had Mr. Santos testified before the Ethics Committee, an argument could have been made that he waived any of his rights that we would have had at trial that any American would enjoy. So it was a procedural double bind that shouldn't be held against Mr. Santos as some sort of adverse inference. Let's also talk about this precedent. The fact pattern as to Mr. Santos is remarkably similar to the fact pattern of former Representative Duncan Hunter. Duncan Hunter used campaign money on girlfriends and trips and home improvements and all sorts of personal lavishes. He was indicted for those crimes and continued to serve in Congress. He pled guilty to a number of those crimes and continued to serve in Congress. He was in Congress for an additional pay period after having pled guilty to the very same things that Mr. Santos has been indicted for. And so I think it's persuasive to me that Mr. Higgins and Mr. Nels, two law enforcement officials with sterling reputations, are here not necessarily to defend Mr. Santos, but to defend this precedent and this due process that is being shattered. And I was struck when the author of this resolution said the quiet part out loud. He didn't try to shoehorn the expulsion of George Santos into some existing construct or precedent. He said, yep, we're making a whole new precedent. We're making whole new rules right now. But he defends that by saying that the new rules are better, that it's a higher standard. So we should just throw away everything that's happened from the first Congress to the 118th because the new precedent is more robust. The problem is it's a lower standard for due process without merit. Mr. Speaker, whatever Mr. Santos did with Botox or OnlyFans is far less concerning to me than the indictment against Senator Menendez, who's holding gold bars inscribed with Arabic on them from Egypt while he is still getting classified briefings today. But he's not getting thrown out of the Senate. He's getting classified briefings under indictment for bribery. But what? Because Santos was buying Botox and OnlyFans, we got to throw him out? If George Santos is convicted, he ought to be expelled. But until then, it is an incredibly dangerous thing for people in Washington, D.C. to substitute their judgment for the judgment of voters. Winston Churchill said that, in a democracy, people get the government that they deserve. Well, the people of Mr. Santos's district elected him. And this is not some district in rural Mississippi with one newspaper. This is New York City. And George Santos rolls in there, wins, and you know what? It's between him and his voters, him and the justice system.
He won because he lied. It's documented. This dumbass lied about everything. So I don't know why would he say that? What the fuck? Daily. Oh. Alright, fuck that guy. I wanted to watch this one or this one or this one or this one.
This is Argentina. 100 years ago, it was one of the wealthiest places on the planet, and a country so economically powerful and advanced that it was widely expected to become an economic rival of the United States. But then something went wrong, and Argentina started a long economic downfall that has been getting worse and worse ever since. Its past 100 years is a tale of 9 bankruptcies, hyperinflation, and constant economic crisis. And today, Argentina is coming close to the edge of an economic collapse once again. But how does a country go from an economic giant to a laughingstock? Why is it stuck in a never-ending crisis, and can it ever get out? This is Argentina's fall from grace. While this is now mostly forgotten, 100 years ago, Argentina was a true economic powerhouse. At its peak in the late 1920s, it was one of the fastest growing economies in the world for 5 straight decades. It had a GDP per capita on a similar level as France or Canada, and it was one of the main global destinations for investments and immigration. And it was also widely seen as the next economic superpower that found the secret to an explosive growth, and that will be competing for dominance over the continent with the United States. The foundation of its success was in agriculture. Thanks to having one of the most fertile regions on the planet, the Pampas, Argentina was able to turn itself into a global breadbasket. And at a time when the world was hungry for commodities and paying a high price for them, Argentina was happy to provide. And while commodities were flowing out, people were flowing in. In its quest for economic development, Argentina decided to turn itself into the most pro-immigration country in the world. And so it opened its borders to literally everyone, and even offered to pay people for their journey to the country. And because it had a booming economy, business-friendly policy.
I don't like where this is going. They always say pro-fucking immigration leads to the downfall of the country, but that is not true. They let in fucking German Nazis, that's what happened.
And higher wages than most of Europe, this resulted into the great European immigration wave to Argentina, when millions of Europeans from Italy, Spain, Portugal, and other countries
Italy and Spain. I wonder what was happening to those countries.
Decided to start their new lives in the New World. From 1870 to 1914, Argentina's population quadrupled, and its economy benefited from
wrong timeline.
Workers, farmers, and businessmen that were arriving in the country. Buenos Aires was nicknamed as Paris of South America for being the continent's cultural capital, and Argentina became famous as sort of an equivalent to the United States. A booming economy open to immigrants and full of opportunity, where anyone could make a fortune and build a new life for themselves. In the early 20th century, the hype around Argentina's success was at its peak. It was the place where things were happening, where if you invested, it was impossible to not make a profit, and where a new economic giant was just being born. Together with a strategic geographic location and vast resources, including natural gas, gold, and oil, the Argentinian dream was in a full swing, and the future looked bright. But that bright future never came. Argentina never became the economic superpower that it was supposed to turn into, and instead, it's an economy that's constantly falling apart and fighting for bare survival. So what went wrong? Well, the explanation is that Argentina, or rather its leaders, have a history of making terrible decisions that have brought the country from the very top all the way down to the rock bottom. So this is what happened. The fact is that the foundation
3 minutes, almost 4 minutes into the video, and now we're gonna get into the fucking point.
Of its success was not very healthy from the start. Like the United States, Argentina had a large territory suitable for agriculture that it was forcibly taking away from native inhabitants and giving it to settlers, who were supposed to turn it into farmable land. But
sounds like a couple countries we know.
Unlike the US, where the land was distributed among a large number of independent farmers, the government of Argentina sold off the land to from native inhabitants and giving it to settlers, who were supposed to turn it into farmable land. But unlike the US, where the land was distributed among a large number of independent farmers, the government of
Independent farmers? Don't you mean settlers? This guy better not be fucking be bullshitting fucking pro-US.
Argentina sold off the land to a small circle of already wealthy farmers and ranchers. This economic elite was making a lot of money, but because they had no competition, they didn't feel the need to innovate or expand, and so Argentina never really developed any other sectors of the economy. When the Great Depression hit in the 1930s and global demand dropped, it had nothing else to lean on. And meanwhile, the world was quickly changing, and it was now industry that was making nations rich, not agriculture anymore. But Argentina was relying on its agriculture for so long that it didn't really have anything else, and it quickly started to fall behind. And to make matters worse, in the 1940s, a military coup gave Argentina a new leader, Juan Domingo Perón, who had a completely different idea of how to fix the economy. Taking inspiration from both fascism and socialism, Perón believed that Argentina's problem is that it's too involved in the global economy, that it's exporting too much, and that it has too much foreign capital. And his solution was to make Argentina completely economically self-sufficient by effectively cutting itself off from the rest of the world. And so while the world economy was going through its golden age of the post-war economic boom, driven by unprecedented globalization, Argentina was going in the exact opposite direction, closing off, imposing tariffs, restricting its export, driving foreign investors out of—
I wonder who caused that coup, though. I hope he says it later on, because that's very important.
Of the country and nationalizing entire sectors of the economy. And
Coup
even though
d'etat.
Perón himself was ousted by another military coup in the 50s, his ideology didn't go anywhere. And that included extremely generous welfare and social subsidies for the poor and the middle class, which did have its benefits. Under Perón, Argentina's working class had the highest salaries in the whole of Latin America. But the degrading economy could never provide enough money to cover for all of the welfare spending. And in order to pay for it, Argentina started to borrow more and more money on one hand and printing more money on the other one, which as a result was increasingly driving the inflation, devaluing the currency, and growing the national debt. And as the economy was starting to fall apart, Argentina was going through an endless cycle of political instability, and constantly changing regimes, governments, presidents, and economic ministers, who were all, however, equally incompetent at handling the country's finances. By the early 1980s, the economic situation was increasingly unsustainable, and to divert attention away from it, the military dictatorship that was in power at the time launched a disastrous invasion of the Falklands in 1982, which, soon after it failed, led to the fall of the regime, bankruptcy of the economy, and a lost decade of economic stagnation. The thing is that even though Argentina's leaders had dozens of opportunities over the decades to change the direction of the country, in the end, Argentina never learns from its mistakes, and always ends up doing exactly the same thing all over again. Or, as a saying goes, Argentina never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. In 1989, the lost decade of Argentina's economic problems was finished with a spectacular wave of hyperinflation that wiped the entire savings of most of the nation and sparked riots across the country, as people who couldn't afford food anymore were looting the supermarkets. To stop the inflation, a new president decided for a new strategy to stabilize the falling currency by linking the Argentine peso to the rate of the US dollar. And for a while it worked, but while this move stabilized the currency, it also meant that Argentina wasn't able to just print money to fund its own spending anymore, which was always one of the main ways for any Argentinian government how to fund its budget. Without this possibility, and in order for the new strategy to work, the country now had to earn the money instead of just printing them, and drastically reduce spending. In other words, Argentina had to stop acting like Argentina. But once again, it just couldn't help it. And so it went on another spending spree that the economy couldn't afford, this time financed by borrowing the money from foreign investors and the IMF. But when the global economy slowed down and the money dried out, Argentina hit the wall. And after it lost access to further funding from the IMF, it went through the largest government bankruptcy in history, and a new series of riots sparked by the anger at the complete mismanagement and incompetence of the government. Since then, Argentina has had 20 years of ups and downs, but at the end of the day, the economy is facing the same problems all over again. The government still keeps spending more money than it can afford. It's printing money to fund its spending, and devaluing the currency and driving the inflation higher and higher as a result. Today, the inflation is reaching over 100% after growing for the past 5 years, and the economy is once again coming close to the edge of collapse. And so Argentina is still making the same bad decisions that lead to exactly the same results and keep it stuck in the same perpetual forever crisis.
This video was very basic, a little bit informative, but nothing you can't find anywhere. Fucking Google search, so I don't know if we want to subscribe to that guy. Remove. Ah, we get to China now. The rise of Xi Jinping. How the Chinese Communist Party really works. I want to watch this. This is deeper.
In the entire history of the Soviet Union, there was not a single planned and peaceful leadership transition. Of the 8 Communist Party secretaries in the nearly 7 decades between 1922 and 91, 6 ruled until they died.
Let's restart that. I might want to slow this one down because I want to pay attention.
In the entire history of the Soviet Union, there was not a single planned and peaceful leadership transition. Of the 8 Communist Party secretaries in the nearly 7 decades between 1922
Lenin, Stalin, Malenkov, Khrushchev, Brezhnev, Andropov. Move. I want these here, bro.
and 91, 6 ruled until they died, 1 was overthrown, and Gorbachev saw the dissolution of the entire state. In fact, there had never been a peaceful handover of power in any major communist country. Until the early 2000s, when Chinese leader Jiang Zemin voluntarily resigned. For the first time in the nation's history, there was no coup, no intrigue, no political infighting. Jiang Zemin even endorsed his successor, despite having not chosen him. No one was calling China a liberal democracy, but it seemed as though the days of one-man rule were finally over. Term limits were instituted. Anyone over the age of 68 was expected to retire. And each successive leader, from Mao Zedong to Deng Xiaoping to Jiang Zemin to Hu Jintao, was less powerful than the last. The phrase being floated around at the time was intra-party democracy. In other words, there may only be one party, but within it there was plenty of room for healthy competition. From here on out, policies would be debated, leaders would rotate out, and the best ideas would win. Then, one man, Xi Jinping, reversed all this progress. Xi is about to begin his third term in office, and with neither a designated successor nor hardly any competition, there's no end to his rule in sight. So, how did China revert from intra-party democracy to one-man rule in a single generation? How does any of this, the Chinese Communist Party, actually work? Sponsored by CuriosityStream and Nebula. Nebula is the only place you can watch all Party Congress. This year, for example, is the 20th Party Congress, which began on October 16, 2022. Because it's designed to appear representative of society, most of these 2,300 people, called delegates, are relatively low-ranking party members. They include everyone from farmers to celebrities, factory workers, and mayors. Likewise, to create the veneer of harmony, ethnic minorities are awkwardly paraded around in their traditional dress. The whole thing is a giant spectacle. There are giant red curtains with golden tassels.
Off the bat, this guy sounds like he doesn't like China very much.
And more clapping than an American State of the Union. The party takes no risks in the run-up to the country's most important political event. VPNs, which, although illegal, are ordinarily tolerated for use by foreigners and the technologically savvy, suddenly stop working. Dissenters are preemptively put under house arrest. Police patrols are doubled. And private businesses, both Chinese and foreign, are warned not to rain on the party's parade by making any major announcements. Yet, for all this showmanship, the actual event is exceptionally boring. It may be theater, but not the kind anyone would voluntarily watch. On the first day, for instance, the party secretary delivers a long speech called the Political Report, reflecting on the past 5 years and setting the priorities for the next. It's here that you're reminded how incredibly Leninist the Communist Party still very much remains. Rather than specific policies or plans, you might hear about the 3 represents, 4 comprehensives, or strengthening of confidences. It's only by deciphering these vague slogans that China watchers infer where the country is headed. It's an entire language of its own. After this, the 2,300 delegates, quote, study the speech and inevitably accept it without challenge. That's because the real decisions have been made much earlier. Although the party doesn't acknowledge this fact, officials meet in secret at a summer resort east of Beijing in August.
I guess it's not so secret.
The second item on the agenda is to amend the party's constitution. Again, no laws are being written here, only ideological statements. In 2017, for example, Xi Jinping's name was added, implying that he's not just another politician, but a great figure in party history. Finally, at the end of this week comes by far the most important task, when delegates elect members of the Central Committee. Elect in quotes because, remember, almost everything has already been decided. In 2017, delegates had 222 candidates to choose from for 204 seats, giving them the option to reject just 9%. Those 204 people then became members of the Central Committee, the next level up in the party hierarchy. There are almost as many alternates who attend meetings but aren't allowed to vote. They can replace full members when they die or lose their positions. The Central Committee meets at least once a year in what's called a plenum, and the first plenum occurs the day after the party congress ends, this year on October 23rd. Their most important task is to elect members of the 25-member Political Bureau, or Politburo, another level up in the party hierarchy. The Politburo, in turn, elects a standing... Second item on the agenda is to amend the party's constitution. Again, no laws are being written here, only ideological statements. In 2017, for example, Xi Jinping's name was added, implying that he's not just another politician, but a great figure in party history. Finally, at the end of this week comes by far the most important task, when delegates elect members of the Central Committee. Elect in quotes because, remember, almost everything has already been decided. In 2017, delegates had 222 candidates to choose from for 204 seats, giving them the option to reject just 9%. Those 204 people then became members of the Central Committee, the next level up in the party hierarchy. There are almost as many alternates who attend meetings but aren't allowed to vote. They can replace full members when they die or lose their positions. The Central Committee meets at least once a year in what's called a plenum, and the first plenum occurs the day after the party congress ends, this year on October 23rd. Their most important task is to elect members of the 25-member Political Bureau, or Politburo, another level up in the party hierarchy. The Politburo, in turn, elects a standing committee of usually 7 or 9 people, one of which is the General Secretary of the party, in this case Xi Jinping. Notice the phrase General Secretary, not President. China is a party state, which means it has a government and a single ruling party. The two mirror each other in many ways, but they aren't the same. The state, confusingly, has its own version of the National Party Congress called the National People's Congress. And to make things even more confusing, multiple parties participate in the People's Congress, not just the Communist Party. But they're all members of a single united front, which means they coexist, not compete with the CCP. Anyway, just as the Party Congress helps elect a General Secretary every 5 years in the fall on the party side, the People's Congress elects the country's president and premier every 5 years in the spring on the state side. Though, don't think of the party and state as entirely separate either. There's lots of overlap. Virtually everyone working for the Chinese state is a party member, but not all party members work for the state. After all, there are nearly 100 million party members.
Damn.
As General Secretary, Xi Jinping is head of the party, and as president, he's head of the state. These are two different roles that could be filled by two different people. But they're not, which gives him the choice of which to use at any given moment. When Xi visits a foreign country, unless that country is, say, Communist Cuba or North Korea, he does so as the President of China. That's technically true. He is, in fact, the president. But there's a growing movement in favor of always calling him General Secretary. In China, the party is above the state. The People's Liberation Army reports directly to the party, not the government. A city's party secretary is given the license plate number 1, and its mayor 2. Trivial as this may sound, it is telling. The CCP even has its own separate justice system. In other words, Xi Jinping's most important titles are General Secretary and Head of the Military, not President, which is mostly a ceremonial role. The common use of President, many argue, is a deliberate strategy on China's part to obscure the party's importance. It wants to appear to investors like any other country, not one where your private property—
I was just gonna say that they're probably using the title President to, like, you know, for the West to, like, recognize them and not call them anything else.
Might be confiscated for political reasons. But in truth, even the title General Secretary is a bit misleading. In most countries, a person's position in government is what makes them powerful. Joe Biden is powerful because, and for the most part only because, he's President of the United States. Sure, former presidents are celebrities, but fame is not to be confused with power. This all probably sounds exceptionally obvious, but it's not true in China. Take an example. Have you ever heard or seen a photo of Deng Xiaoping? What about Zhao Ziyang? Chances are the answer is yes to the first question and no to the second. Deng is the iconic pioneer of China's reform era, while Zhao is forgotten by all but students of history. Yet Deng Xiaoping was never General Secretary. Zhao was. Instead, Deng is referred to as a paramount leader, an informal nickname, not an official position. When Deng famously traveled to Shenzhen calling for more economic reform, he was 87 years old and fully retired, yet powerful enough to steer the country's direction. You don't need any specific title to wield considerable political power in China, even the most political power. And conversely, neither does holding any specific title guarantee power. The watershed moment in Chinese history, when Jiang Zemin peacefully handed over power to Hu Jintao in 2002, is not quite what it seems. In reality, Jiang quietly stayed on as head of the military until he was heavily pressured to step down in 2004. Like China's embrace of capitalism, the party's conformity to consistent rules and norms has always been a mix of our wishful thinking and their skillful performance. Even age limits, which were seen as a positive sign that no one would be allowed to rule forever, turned out to merely be a way for Jiang Zemin to purge his rivals, and the limit has been broken when convenient since. When China made headlines in 2018 for removing term limits, that was for the office of president. There have never been term limits on party secretaries, meaning Xi Jinping could have already stayed in power indefinitely. What all this means is that in China, power isn't automatically conferred by office. It has to be won. Its leaders generally arrive relatively weak and slowly try to consolidate authority over time. It took Jiang Zemin nearly 6 years to wrestle control after being named General Secretary. Hu Jintao arguably never did. What makes Xi Jinping unique is not so much his hunger for power, but the speed with which he acquired it. As we've seen, there were very few actual rules preventing him from accumulating power. It was simply a question of political skill and luck, both of which he had in droves. Xi is what you might call a princeling. His father was a revolutionary fighter and high-ranking party official. Meaning, as a child, he had both privilege and, likely, a sense of entitlement. His red blood made him destined for the throne. Now, make no mistake, princelings have shifted in and out of favor over time. As a teenager during the Cultural Revolution, Xi was sent to learn from the proletariat by doing manual labor in the countryside. He lived in a cave, and his father was arrested. Later, after Mao's death in 1976, princelings were revived as the party revisited its past. Xi, like many of his elite peers, landed a promising job in government. But unlike his peers, Xi Jinping kept his head down. Thanks to their connections, princelings had no trouble securing jobs, but very rarely were they promoted to the very top, where their superiors thought they might cause trouble or even threaten to replace them. Instead, says expert in Chinese politics Victor Xi, they tended to promote, quote, always nice people, weak cadres who obediently followed orders. Xi, on the other hand, avoided the spotlight by taking relatively low-profile jobs outside of the city, where he quietly climbed the ranks. By the time he reached the apex of power in 2012, not only was he better connected than most of his peers, but ironically, he also benefited from this discrimination against princelings. He didn't have much competition. These are all the Politburo members before he became General Secretary, ranked according to the size of their political networks. Basically, his competitors. First, we can remove anyone due for retirement. They obviously aren't much of a threat. Next, let's remove all the non-princelings who lack the connections and privileges. Institutional sexism effectively disqualifies all women. We can also remove this person because of a reputational stain. His brother defected to the United States. That leaves Xi with only 3 major competitors. Bo Xilai was subsequently arrested, and the other 2 were quietly demoted to the unimportant vice president position. He then reorganized the military, launched an enormous anti-corruption campaign that helped purge rivals, and enshrined his name in the party constitution. Today, Xi Jinping is effectively unchallenged, making him more powerful than any Chinese leader since Mao. Yet, Xi is not Mao. The challenge to understanding China is learning from its past without losing sight of the present, which is what I tried to do in my Nebula original series, China Actually.
I don't know, man. This guy is just...
Arab Flags. The Arab League formed in 1945 is an organization.
Anyway, these people just seem to like... Nah, I know about this guy. This guy is weird, but... I don't know. Let's watch this.
These are the 7 most powerful men in China. They represent the top leadership positions of the ruling party, and their identities are revealed every 5 years at a carefully choreographed political event called the National Congress.
The National Congress of the Chinese Communist Party.
China's Communist Party unveils its new leadership over the next 5 years.
The order of appearance is symbolic. The first person to emerge is the head of the party for the next 5 years. At the most recent event in October 2022, that person was Xi Jinping, China's president for the last 10 years, who walked out in the top spot a historic 3rd time after getting rid of China's presidential term limit that restricted all his predecessors to 2 terms, a signal that he may be planning to stay in power for life. The world hasn't seen a Chinese leader like this since Mao Zedong, the revolutionary founder of the People's Republic of China, whose ruthless dictatorship scarred the Chinese people for generations. Xi has been compared to Mao a lot, and he clearly draws from Mao's playbook. But there's something else that connects these two. When Xi was just a young boy, Mao ruined his life. Generations apart, their paths crossed unexpectedly, and a teenage Xi from an elite family in Beijing ended up in exile, condemned to hard labor in the countryside. 50 years later, Xi is one of the most powerful political figures in the world and the only leader since Mao to have unchecked power over China. So how did he go from being banished in his country to taking complete control of it?
Being a fucking badass.
Xi Jinping's connection to Mao formed long before Xi was even born. It goes back to when a bloody civil war was raging in China. A group of radical communist revolutionaries, including Mao, gained influence over large swaths of mainland China and controlled a communist military called the Red Army that fought the Nationalist Party ruling the Republic of China at the time. At this point, the communists were losing bad. The bulk of their army was pinned down here, in a communist-controlled region originally established by Mao, now surrounded by nationalist forces. And they were running low on food. So the Red Army decided to launch a bold attack to to break through the nationalist forces and evacuate the roughly 130,000 communist soldiers and civilians stuck here. On October 16, 1934, they made their move and attacked a weaker part of the enemy line. They broke through, and even though their numbers quickly dropped, with thousands dying and thousands more fleeing to the countryside, around 86,000 stuck together and pushed on. This was the beginning of a year-long historic retreat called the Long March, the journey to establish a new communist base far from the nationalist forces. Mao, who used to be a military leader, wasn't in charge at this time. He'd insisted on using guerrilla tactics, which had heavily influenced the Red Army earlier in the war, but that approach had fallen out of favor and he was demoted. The Long March changed that. After escaping the siege here, the Red Army continued to suffer relentless attacks by the pursuing nationalist army. The military leaders of the march had pushed for a more traditional wartime strategy of direct confrontation rather than Mao's guerrilla tactics. And the result was catastrophic for the Red Army. Less than half of the original escape group survived the first 3 months alone. So it was at this first stopping point where Communist Party leader Zhou Enlai handed military leadership back to Mao. And Mao picked an endpoint for the march, here, 800 miles away in rural northern China. But they didn't go straight for it. Mao led the Red Army deep into the mountains where he predicted lighter resistance. And he was right. But the journey was still brutal. It was 9 more months of non-stop marching and fighting along this several thousand-mile route before they ultimately arrived in northern China, where a guerrilla base led by a communist revolutionary named Shi Zhongshun offered Mao's army refuge, bringing the Long March to an end. That man was Xi Jinping's father. In the end, fewer than 8,000 of the original marchers survived.
God damn.
Even though thousands died on the Long March from starvation, fighting, and disease, Mao's leadership was credited with saving the Red Army from total annihilation, and he became the de facto head of the party as well as the military, entrusted with rebuilding the army to take on the nationalist forces for total control of China.
Wherever and however the Red troops move into battle, they spread the glory of Mao Zedong.
This is a good stopping point in the story to talk about how power in the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, works. Officially, the highest level of authority is a group called the Central Committee, and is responsible for all of the party's major policy decisions. Within the Central Committee is a select group of officials called the Political Bureau, or Politburo. In most communist parties, like that of the former Soviet Union, the Politburo represents the most powerful members of the party besides the General Secretary. But the Chinese Communist Party has a key distinction that makes it unique. It has one more, even smaller selection of top officials who ultimately have the final say, an elite class of Politburo members called the Politburo Standing Committee. This group, which includes the General Secretary, holds supreme control over the Central Committee, dictates the will of the party, and is in full control of the Central Military Commission, which oversees China's defense. Mao's promotion during the Long March landed him here, in the highest position of the military and the Politburo Standing Committee. Even though he was considered the de facto head of the party when the Long March ended in 1935, he officially became head of the party in 1943. With both the party and the military under his control, Mao began to exploit the system to ensure he remained at the top for the rest of his life. At Mao's first National Congress as the official party leader in 1945, the party introduced a resolution that brought his influence to a whole new level. It unified the party around a single understanding of its history and declared Mao's political ideology, later called Mao Zedong thought, or Maoism, as the unquestioned guiding principle of the Chinese Communist Party. Basically, Mao's ideas or policy decisions could no longer be challenged by anyone. It was here he unveiled his equivalent at the time of the Politburo Standing Committee, the 4 other top party leaders, all long marchers deeply loyal to Mao, like Liu Shaoqi and Zhou Enlai, who'd go on to hold some of the most powerful positions in the future government. 4 years later, Mao declared final victory for the communists in a decades-long Chinese Civil War and established a new country, the People's Republic of China, or PRC.
Mao Zedong, once a lowly party worker, now assumed the stature of the dominant figure in all of Eastern Asia.
But winning a revolution isn't the same as running a country.
Because now that you're running a country, there's all these other things you have to do, like deliver the mail and like build a dam and stuff like that. You can't possibly have the party do all these things.
So the party set up a government that would take the policy decisions made by the Politburo Standing Committee and figure out a way to make them a reality.
And so it evolved to a system where the party would make all the important decisions, and especially the Politburo Standing Committee. Then, as it is today, many of these decisions would go to the State Council. So the State Council is the highest decision-making body on the state side, led by the Premier of China.
The Premier of China, by the way, is almost always a member of the Politburo Standing Committee. One way Mao kept a tight grip on power over the years was by promoting those loyal to him to top positions in the party and government, whether they had government experience or not. For example, Zhou Enlai, the former party leader who helped Mao rise to power during the Long March, became China's first premier.
The advantage of that is that they could never challenge him. The disadvantage of that is they didn't know what they were doing, and so administration suffered, policy outcomes suffered.
Long March survivors often became party elites under Mao. Xi Jinping's father, for example, was appointed Secretary General of the State Council. And as the son of a Long Marcher, young Xi was given the informal title of princeling. Mao succeeded in never giving up his power during his lifetime. His unchecked policies resulted in massive famines and widespread persecution that cost between 40 and 80 million lives over a span of decades, and culminated in the disastrous Cultural Revolution, a violent final attempt from Mao to consolidate his power and force loyalty to the practice of Maoism. The idea was to make himself and his ideas eternal, the way he viewed communist figureheads like Lenin and Marx.
I wonder I guess it was the next leader who helped China rise up then. Because I thought it was going to be this asshole, but guess not.
That cost between 40 and 80 million lives over a span of decades, and culminated in the disastrous Cultural Revolution, a violent final attempt from Mao to consolidate his power and force loyalty to the practice of Maoism. The idea was to make himself and his ideas eternal,
Maoism,
the way he viewed communist figureheads like Lenin and Marx before him. Anyone that didn't fall in line with Mao's ideology was publicly humiliated, impoverished, excluded from society, and in many cases, executed, either at the hands of the army or by a militant youth group obsessed with enforcing Maoism, the Red Guards. Even those closest to the dictator weren't safe from his purges during the Cultural Revolution.
But like any idea like that, it can be abused. I guess so.
Officials, including members of the Politburo Standing Committee and Long Marchers, were removed from their positions. Liu Shaoqi was denounced as a traitor and died while imprisoned under harsh conditions. Mao also removed the chief of staff of the army and replaced him with a Maoist, leaving no one left to oppose him in the military. Mao's handpicked successor, who always appeared loyally by his side in photos and propaganda posters, died under mysterious circumstances when his plane crashed as he was fleeing to the Soviet Union. Mao later denounced him as a traitor. He denounced Xi's father, too. This is a photo of Xi Sr. being restrained and publicly criticized by the Red Guards at the height of the Cultural Revolution. He would remain a prisoner in Beijing for 8 years following this. With his father purged, Xi Jinping, 15 at the time, was expelled from his elite school in Beijing and sent to work in the countryside.
He had to live in a cave and, do hard manual labor. His food was barely enough for, a growing young person. And Chairman Mao was responsible for all of it.
But then, Mao died. The Cultural Revolution ended. His successor was Deng Xiaoping, one of the Politburo Standing Committee members who was removed from power during the Cultural Revolution, who, just before Mao died, started making a promise to fellow exiled party veterans.
Deng Xiaoping signaled credibly to all the surviving Long Marchers that he wanted to rehabilitate people. So when Mao died, they all supported the rehabilitation of Deng. And as soon as Deng was rehabilitated, he went ahead and rehabilitated all these people.
With experienced leadership back in place, the party needed to figure out how to prevent something like this from ever happening again. In order to undo Mao's cult of personality, the party introduced a second historical resolution in 1981. It condemned periods of Mao's rule and emphasized a renewed commitment to collective leadership, vowing to oppose the consolidation of power around one person moving forward.
The successors to Mao didn't want a dictatorship, so they divided up these positions and put them in the hands of different people.
Like Mao, Deng kept tight control over the Central Military Commission as its chairman, and held a leadership position in the government, but was never head of state. He never held the highest position in the party either. Instead, he set up a new advisory commission and served as its chairman, which allowed him to influence the party's direction without positioning himself directly on top of it. This allowed a power-sharing structure while still making Deng the de facto leader of China until he stepped down in 1989, following the army's massacre of students protesting in Tiananmen Square.
A protester suddenly ran into the middle of the street and in front of the oncoming tanks.
Anger at Deng Xiaoping, the entire Chinese government, it had the real feeling of rebellion in the streets of Beijing.
People want to fight the military out of their city.
Deng and his ideology, which moved away from Maoism, set a precedent of sharing power. He opened up China and established economic ties with these countries, and was the first PRC leader to visit the U.S. in 1979.
Today we take another step in the historic normalization of relations which we have begun this year.
Deng's reforms became the foundation for decades of economic prosperity that led China to having the world's second largest economy over time and being on the verge of prosperity.
This year.
Deng's reforms became the foundation for decades of economic prosperity that led China to having the world's second largest economy over time and being on the verge of becoming the world's next superpower.
Communism is creating a consumer society. It also reminds you that the standard of living in China is going up. Here, capitalism rules.
One thing power sharing did lead to was a lot of policy innovation and then some degree of decentralization, and both of these things helped China's economy enormously. Innovation and then to
capitalism rules.
One thing power sharing did lead to was a lot of policy innovation and then some degree of decentralization, and both of these things helped China's economy enormously.
Which is why this period of economic growth and reform, stretching over roughly 30 years, is known as the Deng era. And whether he wanted to or not, Deng kept his word and never tried to consolidate absolute power around himself.
He did end up sharing power, and that set the stage for power sharing in the party until the rise of Xi Jinping.
So what was Xi doing all this time? When Mao died in 1976, Xi was back in Beijing studying communist philosophy. Even though the Chinese Communist Party had ruined Xi's family, he had joined it, just as the Cultural Revolution was winding down. But why?
Personally, he might begrudge Chairman Mao for doing all these terrible things to his family, but I think at this time he also recognized that in the system of the Chinese Communist Party, power is everything. Without power, you're nothing.
But in order to get that power, Xi did something unexpected. He left Beijing.
As his competitors were fiercely competing with each other in the 1980s and 1990s, he sort of got out of their way and went to the provinces.
He took positions in party leadership in rural, poor provinces all around China, where there were no other princelings to compete with. First in Hebei, a poor rural province outside of Beijing, where he easily reached the top spot as party secretary. Then in Fujian, a heavily militarized region where top members of the army were stationed. He moved up the ranks to party secretary here too, before becoming the governor of the province a few years later. After making powerful friends in the military, Xi went here, where he once again assumed the office of party secretary and grew his support on the civilian side. This strategy of moving around didn't just give Xi a leg up in areas where competition was slim, it also gave him credibility as a humble, hardworking party leader, and he cultivated a growing group of supporters who would come back into play years down the line. It was his last stop, and his shortest one, that ultimately got him back to Beijing. A brief stint in the top party spot in Shanghai in 2007, where he rehabilitated the city's image following a high-level corruption scandal. Xi developed a reputation here as a prudent leader who towed the party line. Just 7 months later, he finally returned to Beijing, having been promoted to the all-powerful Politburo Standing Committee.
Basically, the people who were deciding on top leadership at the time, they wanted a princeling, but they didn't want a princeling who was too ambitious or too strong. So Xi Jinping, he was seen as less ambitious because he was willing to go to the countryside and work in lower level positions.
When Xi emerged at the 2007 National Congress and leadership unveiling, he was one of the 9 most powerful men in the country. It was at this moment that his strategic climb, over 17 long years in the countryside, paid off, big time. When the General Secretary stepped down in 2012, Xi emerged at the top spot in the party as China's leader. Now, the elite son of a former revolutionary turned China's leader. General Secretary stepped down in 2012, Xi emerged at the top spot in the party as China's leader. Now, the elite son of a former revolutionary turned exiled peasant turned party darling was poised to seize control of everything. Like Mao, Xi Jinping believes that rallying around a single figure is crucial to the party's survival, rather than the collective leadership Deng's reforms had normalized. So pretty much as soon as Xi Jinping came to power, he started getting rid of people.
The news 4 top officials removed for taking bribes was announced on state TV.
Xi Jinping has just sacked his foreign minister, just sacked his defense minister. He's sacked a whole lot of other people at the top of the military establishment.
The former security czar has not been seen in public for more than a year. The investigation against Xu allows the Chinese president to remove those opposed to his reforms.
He launched a major anti-corruption campaign as soon as he took power in late 2012, early 13, which led to the arrest of hundreds of senior level officials, as well as military officers.
These purges targeted Xi's rivals in the party, whose vacant positions he filled with his own supporters.
After this massive purge, Xi Jinping was in very tight control over both the party and...
I'm assuming all those... because he was just getting his adversaries out. I'm assuming they're either full of shit or, you know, kind of like here in the U.S., everyone's fucking
corrupt, but if you're in power, you can just call your enemies out and send them to fucking jail.
And also the Chinese military, thereby making him the most powerful leader of the Chinese Communist Party since the death of Mao.
That pattern continued in the second term, where he unveiled 5 new faces of the Politburo Standing Committee, 3 of them with close personal ties to Xi. In 2021, Xi pulled off one of his most dramatic acts yet to enforce his influence over the Chinese Communist Party. He introduced a third historic resolution that unified the party's ideology around one clear line of thinking: Xi Jinping thought. Xi's personal political ideology would now be the core in the party's thinking, political stance, and action. Basically, Xi Jinping's ideas could no longer be challenged, and they weren't for many years. During Xi's first 10 years in power, the size of China's economy more than doubled. So did average individual income. So did military spending. Under his leadership, China's presence on the world stage has grown too, positioning the rising superpower to take on the role of an aggressor externally, reasserting claims over parts of the South China Sea, intimidating Taiwan and Tibet, and stripping democratic process in Hong Kong. Inside its own borders, strict grown too, positioning the rising superpower to take on the role of an aggressor externally, reasserting claims over parts of the South China Sea, intimidating Taiwan and Tibet, and stripping democratic process in Hong Kong. Inside its own borders, strict internet censorship and surveillance are widespread, and oppression of Uyghurs, a mostly minority Muslim ethnic group, is marked by human rights abuses. But it wasn't until COVID that Xi saw the first real challenge to his authority.
Anger in China is growing.
Video showing protesters in Xinjiang fed up with China's zero COVID rules.
The boldest public challenge yet for leader Xi Jinping.
With these protests all around the country and the party's reputation in peril, Xi reversed the failed policy, but is now faced with a shaky economy and cracks in his unchecked authority. It was just weeks before the widespread protests at the 20th National Congress in 2022 that Xi walked out in the leading position a third time. He had already locked in the presidency for another 5 years, and unveiled a Politburo Standing Committee completely packed with after removing the final senior members of the party that had ties to his predecessor. Now, there is no one left in party or military leadership whose ideology differs from Xi.
I don't think anyone can push him out at this point. I think he will be the most powerful leader in China as long as he's alive and conscious.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Atlas. So many teammates worked on this piece. A small army of editors, animators.
There's so much more to learn. You know, at the end of the day, we gotta watch all these videos with a grain of salt. Digo, what is it? What's it saying? You gotta take it with a pinch of salt. Whatever, you know what I mean? Because again, U.S. media, U.S. government, they're straight up anti-China. Why? Because China's a communist party, even though they're not entirely communist. They don't follow the Marxist communist rules like it should be. But they do follow, I think, most of it. I gotta learn more about that though. I don't know. And like this guy, anybody who wants total power like that, I don't know, you gotta watch out. Let me see. I don't know. You know, I learned, but there's so much to learn. Like, I just have more questions now, you know what I mean? What time is it? It's 4. Oh shit, was it 4 supposed to be my gaming time? What's this man doing?
Phraseology that comes from Nixon. And it's sort of, again, like, I think that actually speaks to, again, like, what is it that makes Kissinger so evil? Or, like, what is particular to Kissinger's evil? It's that he's the guy, he agrees with that. And what does he do? He basically agrees with it. I mean, this is the thing, like, and Greg Grandin makes this point very well as well, which is that, like, uses the madman theory. Like, he even if he wouldn't formulate it like Nixon does, because Richard Nixon is a unique guy who uses unique phrasings like that, Kissinger is very much interested in that kind of idea of, you know, using the threat of force on this, you know, maximum, you know, on the biggest possible scale, using that threat of force to, on the one hand, achieve a political solution, which is why Kissinger is, you know, this person who is a theorist of violence, you know, first and foremost. You know, he's, I think there's like a underrated, like kind of almost like Schmittian quality to how he thinks about like the way American power gets to operate in the world. But it does seem to me that like part of what he does also view as like, you know, SALT, the arms reduction treaty with the Soviet Union, or, you know, seeing, you know, Nixon for decades had wanted, like, it had been a personal interest of his to want to, you know, have a rapprochement with China, with mainland China. And Kissinger, seeing that his boss wants that, and is himself like, okay, I can make that work, and, you know,
I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. Bree. Oh, let's watch some funny shit.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. So how is this even possible?
You're gonna click your tongue in your mouth, and then you're gonna compress your cheeks, and you'll let out a little cloud. Let me show you.
Bitch, she just smoked, that's why. No, she's just smoked.
Hi, how you doing?
This mermaid had an emergency situation and needed to come up for air.
Wait, I thought this was gonna be a tragic video. What? What? Let's watch all that again.
Hello everyone, this is...
Wait, what did she say?
How is this Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. So how is this even possible?
You're gonna click your tongue in your mouth, and then you're gonna compress your cheeks, and you'll let out a little cloud. Let me show you.
That hurt. Didn't work.
Hi, how you doing?
This mermaid had an emergency situation.
Oh shit. Oh, I see this.
Hopefully they don't have a ring. God!
Artificial intelligence is getting really, really good. They have programs that are able to take still images and turn them into videos.
This shit. I mean, it's a little rough, but that's crazy. No shot.
I found a YouTuber that made a laser beam that can be guided using his eyes.
Oh shit, cut. It's kind of cool.
Frown and cry for me, scream in terror. What's the deal? You seem to like this.
So I guess this is how Russian people
Bitch
try
ass
to
baby.
work.
Чё, пацаны, проезд подорожал, да, в автобусе?
I just found out that ice tennis exists.
Oh shit. That's looking kind of more interesting than both of them. Everything combined.
That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Later. see if any of these look. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
You don't get nothing confused. Looks like what?
5 $1 bills.
What if I told you they were hundreds? You would say what?
No.
No, but if you quit looking at the back, look at the front. That's where they're all 5 of them are now $100
What
bills.
the?
It's only on the back. See, the front's dollars.
Oh my
the back is dollars as well. So you were right. It is.
What? Oh no, no.
A 6.7 magnitude earthquake interrupted this couple's wedding.
6.7? That's pretty significant.
A polar bear found someone's dog and started petting it.
Fucking just bites his arm.
Eventually the polar bear walked away and the dog wasn't harmed. She was lucky enough to get a new iPhone for her birthday.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Babosa.
Oh my god! She's had it 10 seconds. Madison, you have to be careful.
So apparently if you surround a French bulldog with tape, they will think they are stuck and won't move.
Let's see. Let's see how long. Oh, he's looking. He's confused. Oh my gosh, come on. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Pi, come on.
Come here.
Wow. Wow.
Have a go of this. Watch these walls. Oh my god, bro. What?
I think these cats lied on the resume.
There's 3 of you. One of you get him. He's cleaning himself. The little baby is cleaning himself. And are you?
That's a cute fucking rat. I think a mouse.
Well, now.
I just found out that gasoline delivery service is a thing. If you don't want to go to the gas station anymore, there are people that will deliver it straight to your home.
Oh shit, cuh. Why didn't I think of that?
I have never seen someone get so jealous before.
Do you like it? I can't see it.
Fuck you mean? Oh. That was kind of
That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed.
Pretty.
And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
I don't feel like playing yet, so to my 10,000 viewers, fuck you. Why do I A-Rat will watch that? Let's watch entertaining stuff. Where's Jimmy? Oh wait, he hasn't posted. Oh damn, 25 minutes, bro.
Eating ass is on the rise. Men on women, women on men, men on men, you get the point. People like analingus, okay? And I know some of you might be thinking that it's only for queer or gay people, but surveys show that 30% of heterosexual couples are also having analingus.
But new studies have found that it could be more dangerous than you think, and even causing diseases that people are getting without even realizing they're getting it from tossing the salad. So,
because people are fucking nasty, man. Clean your shit, dude. Literally. God damn.
What is going on with rimming science? To understand the risks of eating the booty-like groceries, you must first understand the bacteria Shigella. Shigella causes the disease
Shigella,
which affects 188 million people per year with symptoms including diarrhea, headache, upset stomach, bloating, and tenesmus, which is a fancy term for needing to go to the bathroom, but when you get there, nothing happens. You get shigellosis when you consume the bacteria Shigella through your mouth. Commonly, you get this when someone's preparing food for you and they have Shigella on their hands. Maybe they aren't washing their hands properly. The bacteria ends up on your food. You consume the bacteria in your food and you get sick. This is also called food poisoning.
The thing about these Shigella bacteria is that you don't need to consume very many of them to get sick. In fact, only between 5 to 200 of these tiny microbes entering your GI tract can cause you to suffer. The reason for Shigella's small infection dose is that the Shigella microbes actually survive your acidic stomach and also have sneaky biochemicals that downregulate your body's natural antibacterial proteins. This means these tiny bacteria can get to your large and small intestine, where they cause cell injury, invade your colonic mucosa, create inflammation, and cause epithelial damage that leads to tons of diarrhea. They also impair your absorption of nutrients and water, making you feel really sick.
How does this relate to eating butt? Well, studies have found that gay men, exhibit A, like me, we were actually getting food poisoning at higher rates than the rest of society. This caused researchers to hone in on other outbreaks of shigellosis that were appearing in the communities of men who have sex with men. It was happening often enough in the last 20 years, they found, that they concluded many of these men may not have gotten sick from contaminated food, but actually were getting sick from
contaminated ass.
In the global south, most Shigella spread is from poor sanitation infrastructure, but in the US and Europe, most Shigella is spread from fecal oral transmission, either from touching dirty bathroom services, drinking dirty pool water, from dirty poopy kids spreading it at daycares, or now we realize from eating booty.
It was a series of Shigella outbreaks among men who have sex with men in Seattle, San Francisco, London, and a major study in Denmark that led researchers to the conclusion that people might be getting sick from eating the booty hole of others who had Shigella in their GI tract. One of the initial studies in the year 2000, from the time frame of June to December, studied 230 cases of shigellosis in which 73% of patients had recently eaten ass. In Denmark, of the 25,215 respondents, 4,266 were men who had sex with men, and it was found they were more likely to get food poisoning from Shigella, but also another microbe called Campylobacter. Campylobacter is a bacteria that spreads in undercooked meat and poultry, but also can spread from eating the ass of someone who is infected with that bacteria.
And the reason that eating ass may be spreading these bacteria without you knowing it makes sense. Because Shigella and Campylobacter bacteria can stay in your fecal matter for up to 2 weeks after your last symptoms have shown. So if you consume either of these bacteria, the symptoms appear within 1 to 2 days, and most of the time your body fights off the infection in 5 to 7 days. But again, even after you feel better for 2 weeks, you can still transfer that bacteria to someone else. This is why it can spread without people realizing they're spreading it.
Of course, there are many other microbes that can spread through rimming. Bacteria like E. coli.
What? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to read this. Okay. Hold on, what this shit's I don't know why my shit's not working, by the way. What are you on about? Exempt channels from content ID claims. Fuck did I do? When you turn on content. Huh? What the fuck is happening, man? I didn't do none.
Like hepatitis A and even some parasites. In fact, there is even a small risk of some STI transmission, though that risk is much higher in vaginal or anal sex compared to oral. But the Shigella outbreaks are most common in what helped researchers catch this phenomenon in the queer community.
So as of late, doctors, researchers do agree that rimming can cause the spread of bacteria that makes you feel sick, similar to that of food poisoning. But that doesn't mean you have to stop doing the act of going down on someone from behind. It's about being aware.
Prevention is pretty simple. Wash your hands, genitals, and anus with soap before partaking in rimming. Doctors prescribe washing your perianal, in and around the anus, and perineal region, the area between the anus and the scrotum or labia magna, well before partaking in eating booty. While having sex, try to be aware of how you move between anal, vaginal, and oral sex to not spread the bacteria. For example, E. coli picked up from rimming could be spread to the urethra and cause a UTI. You can always use latex barriers to be more efficient and safe too. Most importantly, if you've had food poisoning, don't engage in rimming for at least 2 weeks after your last set of symptoms. You probably also want to make sure whoever's butt you're going down on is clean and they're healthy and not suffering from any potential bacterial infection. Shigellosis is mostly treated without medication. Your body will eventually fight it off, but for people who are immunocompromised, or if you're noticing that the symptoms are not going away after a while, definitely talk to a doctor and they may prescribe you a course of antibiotics.
Thank you for watching this rimming science video. I hope you've made it to the end. Make sure you subscribe and like. Do people even say that anymore? Spread this video with your friends like the Shigella bacteria. Maybe they need to understand the science.
That's why I think.
And we'll see you soon for a new science video. I said peace.
What is it? Is like, dudes, wash. Wait, is it? Watch your ass. I spell wash? Doesn't look like it. What am I getting fucking... Am I getting copy claimed right now? Nobody's watching, like what? Lol. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I don't know what's... I don't know what is happening right now. It said we've detected some... You're watching something. But like what? No. Key. I don't know who did that shit, but like
what's going on. Oh, 3 months. Damn.
Not another loss. Come on now.
2 weeks
How many of these have
later.
actually failed this year?
I don't know. 3, maybe 4.
Wouldn't have happened on my watch, that. No.
Well, with any luck, Darwin, I'll be able to bounce back strong today, become the man that you always hoped I'd be.
Yeah, because I'm here.
Alright, you're taking the credit if I win.
Yeah.
Brought his wife?
If you lose, it's all on you.
I don't know.
Bro, you
it looks fairly simple to me. No? What do you think, Mrs. Beard? Have I got this?
We'll see. We'll see.
So you're not confident, I guess. Alright. Let's get in there. Ooh, yeah, it's quite moist today. I'm out of the car. Stop shouting at me.
What, it looks like Beard needs food, did he?
Yeah, that's me.
I watched you do the breakfast thing the other day.
Yeah?
Saying that you couldn't finish it.
My reputation precedes me. It's a Palmo challenge, right?
Yes. What topping do you want on your...
Ooh, you get a topping. It's not just a classic Palmo, you get it topped with something. I don't know, what toppings can you have?
A hot shot, so it's like pepperoni, jalapenos.
Which looks the nicest?
The bolognese everyone loves.
I'll go with the bolognese, yeah. I'll dodge the hot shot. That's
Bolognese.
not for me. What is a Palmo? A Palmo is... That's a good question for the some of the international viewers. It's like a chicken cutlet that you pound down, you tenderize it, then you deep fry it, and you cover it in usually bechamel sauce and cheese. So it's a bit like a schnitzel, but it's kind of moist on top. Also, incidentally, a lot of people might not know this, but interesting fact for you, it's one of, if not the favourite food of a friend of the channel, Mr. Randy Santel.
So chicken fried chicken. That's what he just showed. Chicken fried chicken. Which is top 5 favorite dishes, being from Texas.
Loves it, he's obsessed with Palmos. Do you know how many people have actually tried it?
About 15.
Ooh, here it comes. It's over there. I'm not sure the bolognese was the right choice. That's probably made it significantly heavier, but hopefully we can get it done.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah?
Maybe.
That's the first positive thing you've said all day. Right, so we're at the Huntsman in Newton Aycliffe, and I'm taking on their giant Palmo challenge. Costs, is it 25 quid? And if you finish it inside 30 minutes, you get it half price. So far, only one person has done it.
Second attempt as well. Yeah.
It was the second attempt. Oof. You get some choice. That's probably made it significantly heavier, but hopefully we can get it done.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah?
Maybe.
Finish it inside 30 minutes, you get it half price. So far, only one person has done it.
Second attempt as well. Yeah.
It was the second attempt. Oof. You get some salad, coleslaw, 2 portions of chips and some onion rings. What do you guys reckon? You think I can finish it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You've had 2 pints already, I don't trust you.
I'm going to stop. I'm stopping at 18:30.
Oh, thank you, thanks. I was going to lick this last little piece off the knife.
Yeah, do it.
Oh,
Absolutely unreal.
there's still life in the old dog yet. Ooh, a little bit of lettuce there. It's all right. Do you have a dessert menu? Yeah. Can I have a look at it? Still a little bit peckish.
It's another Palmo.
Dessert Palmo.
Yeah.
Palmo with chocolate on top. So let's just move this moment of truth. Is there anything underneath the tray? Oh no, nice and clean. I always get sticky toffee pudding, you know, in honour of my mum.
She's a big sticky toffee pudding fan, isn't she?
She is, but she doesn't watch my videos, so it's kind of pointless. Let's give it a try. Sticky toffee pudding and a bit of Iron Maiden. Is there a better way to spend a Saturday afternoon? Well, if you ask me. Oh! Hot. You might have to give me a hand. Oh, right. Onward.
I don't believe you tried that.
You can't believe it?
It's all right. Thank you so much.
No worries, mate. It's nice to meet you.
That's okay, it's all right.
Yeah, see you later, mate.
Bye.
Just trying
to figure out what I did wrong in life for this to be my life.
What do you mean?
You got it easy, man. You're barely even in videos these days.
Yeah. Hey, there we are. But first, news, politics, funny ways to get started. Should we play video games now? I think we should play video games now. Why not? Let me just put this here. Move this over yonder. Beebity bobbity. Bro, this should be tripping, bro. This shit is annoying. What in the fuck? Whatever. Boom, 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 boom. I don't even know. Oh shit. I better not fuck up, dude. I better not be a problem. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, okay. Clicking, I'm clicking. It's not working. Oh, there we go. Let's go. I wish I could play music, bro. Fucking YouTube. When I stream on when I stream on Twitch, you know, you could play jingles of music and then just delete the music on the VOD and you're good. But not here. You get fucking wrecked real quick. Could put some whack ass fucking non-DMCA music, but that's no fun. Alright. Do we have audio? What the fuck? Okay, we got my audio. This guy's still going.
It was It was Chileans leading that Chilean coup. It was, you know.
Why is that so loud?
As the ones with the preponderance of power, we know what we're fucking doing.
Hold on. Game audio. Yeah. No game audio. Let me see. Shit's always tripping too, bro. Game audio. Goddamn. Still sick as fuck. I wouldn't say as fuck, but I guess we can do 2 minutes. You know, you gotta warm up the hands. Stretch. Ow. I wonder if you can hear the background people speaking. Gameplay music. Cinematic music. What the fuck is the difference? Is it this shit? I don't think that was it. Is it gameplay music? Let's just... Let's have that on for a little bit, see how... Free for all. Fuck all of y'all. Hello. I wanted to slow down my sense a little bit more just because it might get tricky when I track like that just because I'm not used to it. Ooh! Oh, wow. Spots are crazy. Did he just say networking is not a skill? Are you fucking retarded? What? That is 100% a skill. You're dead to me? Who the fuck are even you, brother? Like... I need more hip fires. I need a smaller map. Or more people. I think they done on purpose. This gun sucks. Oh. This gun is probably the most OP'd gun. My hands, my fingers hurt already. Damn. Fuck. Oh my god. Fucking reload. Oh my gosh, I despise slow ass fucking. course he was German. What the fuck? No shot. Bangladesh. Ooh. Oh, stop! This fucking thing keeps latching on. One more week till I get my new wireless mouse. Bruh. But oh, my booty already hurts. Fuck. Whose kid was that? What the hell is I using? I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to equip, edit, battle rifles. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Battle rifles. Wait, no, I did marksman rifles already. No. Pinche madre. Two shots to the head, because that's all I could see. No death. Why? Because he sucks. He's on controller. He's a bitch. This gun sucks. And most importantly, I suck. I've been noticing this fucking game kills insanely fast, dude. Look at that shit. I cheated. I suck.
Target dismissed.
I need to, bro. Like I can't see. Shit.
Look alive. Max.
Better call this in because the match is probably about to end. Ooh. No. You fuck, man. Wait, I wanted to see that.
Requested close air. Target marked.
Oh, I killed myself again. Jenna Ortega. Bro, I didn't get no fucking kills.
Switching mics.
Who the? I wish there was some audio, dude. Like, this game is so chalked as far as audio goes. Like, I know we're all bullshitting, but a little bit of audio, just a little bit.
Enemy down.
This poor bitch. Just keeps fucking getting shit on.
Destroyed the target. Dropped him.
Fuck. No, I suck. I got nervous. I'm like, there's no way. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Give me the info. I'm cheating. What? Did I not hit him with 3 bursts? Oh, it's hard to win, you know. Fucking. Fuck. Kill! Oh my gosh. I haven't warmed up. Well, this is my warm up. How do you snake? Like this? Oh! I'm trying to win these matches, bro. Now they actually count. Fuck, I missed. Whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisy. Ooh. Hello. Why was nobody fucking even there? Why are they over here now?
Throwing a stun grenade.
Come. Oh. Climb the wall! What?
I'll get this mess.
What the? Oh, this is fucking. Oh, that's how you doing it. Fuckers. Fuck faces. Where are you at? Oh, oh. Does it look like I'm cheating? Look. Where they at? Oh! No. Wait, we won. We win. This guy. That wasn't even a sexy last kill. I want to see how Shipment looks. Chocolate. Oh, some chocolate. Oh. How many? All right. Pop one of these. What? Do we have the same fucking shipment? No way these fucking assholes just gave us the same fucking map. Bruh, I feel like I'm playing the same fucking game. I don't even get the 160 frames. Oh my gosh, bro, we've been cheated. Bruh. Okay. I gotta. Bro, this thing keeps getting caught. I'm about to fucking rage. Me too. Don't kill me, don't kill me. Yeah. Give me points, give me. What the? Stop this camera angle. She said a scorpion knows when to attack. I guess I could do this in this fucking bitch ass motherfuckers. Bitch ass motherfuckers. Fuck. Fuck this guy, man. Ugly ass shotguns for pussy ass bitch ass motherfuckers. This gun's heavy. Oh, I thought I had a bounce. Motherfuckers. Load. What the fuck? That just freaking get away. No fucking way, man. Shotguns are so cheese, bro. They need them. That way fucking people who absolutely suck can use them and feel like they're good. I hear him behind me. Oh, did I get the last kill? Oh my gosh, so is like the bodiest motherfucker ever. They hate people who fucking move. They hate people who have fucking automatic tactical sprint. What the fuck is that on my screen? How to slide cancel? What do you mean? I don't even care anymore. Can't believe they gave us the same fucking map, bro. Why is this thing on the fucking screen? Why does this picture look like shit when I'm on 1800? I don't want to get it. Failed to construct a YouTube channel address token. The YouTube channel... What? What does it say? What does it say? This shit is like a minute fucking behind. God damn it. Hurry up, man. God damn. I'm barely here. YouTube channel must be live. I am live, bitch. I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm just gonna... He's gonna hold angles because... Oh my gosh, I just missed it. This gives you points, so... I have a shitty gun. Guys. Gosh, this gun sucks. Shit, you know that was about too many there. Reload, reload, reload. Oh shit. Fuck. Dude, like. Oh! I can't get these points. Can I get a fucking sight on this bitch shit? Edit. I can. Let's go. Oops. Die. He died. I think I'm too fast for the swap, because every time I do that, I'm like halfway out of the way already, and I still die. Like I'll be here, and I'll be like, oh, and then I still die. One punch guy, more like one punch guy. Oh, that was nice. Oh shit, I've been compromised. No! It's gonna be a nice kill. Come on! Hold! That sounded crazy. Oh shit. Oh shit. Please, please! I suck. Death. No? Oh shit, what was that? Level what? Level 13, I think I saw. Look at this motherfucker. Who's gonna hear you, bro? There's no fucking audio here. My man said, I hope nobody hears me. Hold this. Hold this. Please. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's not me. It's the gun. Only got 26 kills? Oh, he probably has to get crouched kills, bro. I'm here judging, poor guy. Who am I, dog? You know what I mean? He's probably, you know. I actually heard something. Yeah, this gun does 12. Oh my gosh. Is there even people there? Oh, I got Josh back, huh? What the? No, no, no. Did I get him? Dude! Oh! Bro. What is it? Did I just... I think I did. I hope I'm letting away, bro. Fuck. Keeps. Double! Ooh. I kind of want to get a lot of kills here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Where are they at? No. No. No! I don't even know what fucking kill streak I was on. Man, I'm fucking lined up on my bitches. It's kind of crazy, bro. I hate that it does slide fast, but not as fast as I would like it to. No! Oh, I don't know who just saved my bitch ass. I think I'm dead. Me mataron? Oh, that's not even... Oh. No. Damn, we're getting 60 kills. I'm just standing here and shit. I feel like I get more kills by running around. Ah! What? I didn't get to 60? this dickwad got fucking 70? I suck. Well, I'm probably gonna be put in hardcore fucking lobbies from here on. Are we at least at? Bitch is a baddie, bro. What do you do? Is it not over? What do you do? Chato pendejo. God damn. What the fuck? What the hell is this fucking clown doing? Bitch ass motherfucker. Nowhere fucking near me, bro. Look at this. Oh, I missed. Oh, that's what I was talking about. In my screen, I'm completely out the way. This guy was literally just right in front of me. I suck. Ooh, 15, wow. Give me kills. Am I? Where the fuck is everyone at? There's less. That's what happens with SBMM, bro. Like, yeah, ugh, these guys are stupid. People fucking leave and it's unplayable. Like, they're pendejos. Oh, but let's protect the fucking really bad players. I don't know why my fucking shit just did all that. Let me see this shit. No wonder, goddamn. Goodness gracious. What the hell? Do I not have that shit on? No fucking way, bro. Two fucking what appeared to be headshots. Enemy's taking the knee. Did she just say that? Please. Fuck. I mean, this poor fucking guy. Like he's probably just trying to level up his guns, man. We're here fucking. So am I, but like. But like, you know what I mean? Like. Bro, sheesh. Bro. Hope there's somebody behind me, bro. No, those were my kills, you fuck. Maybe I can use this. Here. Bro! And you missing shots. God damn. Oh, that gun fucking blows. Porta. Bitch, I got me. Good. Okay. Hey, it is. The fuck am I dying so fast? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah. Like, like I have this dog shit ass gun on some fucking controller fucking player just zaps on my bitch ass. You know what? I played on controller yesterday and that shit was the easiest fucking thing ever. I'm getting fucking scammed, boys. Not even one kill, bro. One. Fucking shit on, bitch. Let's do. Don't give me a fucking SMG. Así como me ves, te puteo. Oh, I think I got team shot. Oh, have you? This fucking guy got shit on. Dude, this fucking cord. Losing my freaking mind. Bro, how you losing these, bro? I suck. Okay, that was me. For once, that was me. What? White phosphorus? Or what was that? I don't even know what the fuck that is. It doesn't help me out. If that's fucking from our team. This gives me points.
Reloading.
Oh no.
Taking effective fire.
Why can't I fucking move? I hate it. Everyone shoot it. Everyone shoot this fucking thing, bro. Where the fuck are my points? Bitch ass motherfuckers. I heard you for once. Get the fuck out of my way. Sheesh. Guy's on it. The music, I hear the music. That didn't kill me? That's bullshit. I don't want the help, bitch. Ooh. Isn't that crazy? How two motherfuckers shot me at the same time? Like the perfect timing for them. Bro, oh my gosh, again. That was insanely fast. Fuck, I was just gonna aim there, I swear. This guy has the best fucking gun in the game, bro. What the? You didn't die? What the fuck? Can't fucking shoot this gun, bro. Can I capture this already? Yes. Oops. Dude, this poor guy sucks. Unless the gun sucks ass too, like. Fuck! That would've been awesome. Fuckface. Bitch ass motherfucker. He didn't do anything wrong, just killed me. Dude, get it. Come on. Yes. Oh, kind of nasty. Bet you he dies. Ooh, I died. I got confused for a bit. Oh, come on, at 2 shots. Oh, that didn't kill me? How, am I wearing like a sort of vest or something? I think I am, bro. I think I'm like AOD'd up or some shit. What the? What? Oh! Give me the remote back, little cousin. Ah, I should have kept shooting. I would have been awesome. Bro, where are my bullets going? How did I fucking lose that, man? 9 captures, 11 captures. Ah, you fucking suck. Gross. The United States. How does the stream look? Does it look all fucked up? I gotta check that. I have good internet. Upload speed's good. What the fuck? Penis big. 5 more and we're done. That's all I'm doing today. Today. Ya comió este güey, ¿verdad? No comas, güey. Vamos a agarrar una chicken. Ay, güey. No comas, güey. Vamos a agarrar una chicken. Hopefully I can get it in this match. Bro! No. I thought he was gonna die. He should have died. I thought this shit was fucking... I thought it was, I thought it was, how do you call it? They fucking pulled that bitch. Oh, goddamn. This gun sucks so much. Fuck you. Ah! Oh my god. That only works for bots, I swear. Oh my gosh, I suck. Sheesh. That's the bad thing about fat, slow sense. I have to like fucking swipe the whole fucking desk. I think that's why I switched to fast. Well, if you would let me get out of my spawn. Oh my gosh. Sheesh. Through the evil. Oh, what the? Please! This gun sucks. Oh! Bro. That was too many. That's too many fucking. That's not enough fucking points, bro. Top kill was 20. Yeah, right. I don't think I even leveled this bitch up 1 point. Ugh, this guy sounds like he's dead already. What the fuck? That would look cool. Oh my gosh. Let me see. This one looks cool. Cycloptic. Oh, that's kind of gruesome. This looks cool. This looks fun. The one I have is cool, kind of cool. I'll keep the one I have. We need better fucking emblems, bruh. What the hell is it? This motherfucker sounds all fucked up. That one's cool, but it has a number. Don't know what it means. That looks cool. That looks cool. These prestige? The fuck is that? Is that a Chile? Wait, there's actually some cool ones. Wait. Maybe we'll put this one on. That looks a little weird, actually. Alright. We're fucking doing. Bitch ass motherfuckers. Dude. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Cox. Gimme, 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 gimme.
Changing mags.
Well, it's kind of weird. Having a, it's just a lot of. Have to swipe a lot. Dude. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh my gosh, look at all those. Dude, fuck off. Is that a fucking... What the shit? I think he just auto-mantled. This gun blows, dude. Boys, I'll pick up the fucking bags. This is a sweaty ass fucking lobby. They don't want us to. Hey, it's the boy. Finally found good. Bitch, that shit just got here. What is that? What? Probably just like 1 kill. 1 kill. I just need like literally 1 fucking kill, bro. This shit is annoying. Ay, ponla. Yeah, that bitch just got here, bro. I've been checking all day. Como pinches. Is there fucking dickwad? What? Oh wait, I didn't get it. That was fucking awesome. Oh, what's it? Shift that way. Sheesh! Did they see me? Let me see this bullshit. What? You know how, I know this game is for fucking special needs people? Because whenever a fucking strike like that's gonna land on your ass, it slows you down. Like you can't run, so it's for like people to just get a free kill. There's nothing you can do. Die! Is he chasing me? You! The game gave you that kill. You're not good, bro. You're not fucking good. Such a bitch-made game, bro. This game will never be great because of that. Go see ass. Wait. Alright. We are done, baby. Not even me, bro. Fuck out of here.